I was worried I'd have to give my ID to buy this. It's got 0.5% of rum. You know, the more I think about it, I think God, that's strong. You know it's strong when an atheist starts saying God. But you know, I've been thinking. The more I think about it, the more I think what we need is communism. You see, when the communist revolutions kicked off in North Korea, and Laos, and Russia, China, these were largely agrarian areas. And if you read Karl Marx, what Karl Marx is saying is that if communism is going to work, communism has to kick off slowly, starting with democratic socialism, morph into socialism, and then gradually become what we now call anarcho-communism, which is everybody is treated the same. Everybody earns the same for the same work. You do it because you like the work. Everything is a direct democracy. That is the way communism is supposed to be. And that is the way that communism, as we know it, has not happened, because in places like Cambodia and every other place where communism was put into place, it was kind of a Nazi version of communism. It was an authoritarian version. What we now call libertarian communism, or anarcho-communism, is truly what Karl Marx was talking about. And it has to start off in the city. It can't start off in the countryside for it to work. So the more I think about it, the United States would be a good place for communism to start. We have the military. We have the money, and we have the resources, and we have the technology for it to actually occur here. And it has to be slowly. That's why I'm voting for Bernie Sanders, because I think he'll get us on the path. He's not a communist. But you have to realize that socialism in countries, the argument is something along the lines of, socialism works in Norway. Well, no, that's not socialism. That's capitalism with strong welfare policies. Well, then let's do that. No, that's socialism. If you're a Democrat, centrist, or a what I would call a corporate Democrat, Buttigieg, Biden, Hillary Clinton, at this point, anyone other than Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren, you don't get it. And Republicans are not understanding this, of course. Bernie's not really a Democrat. He's an independent. He's ahead, by the way, of everyone. There's some shit going on in Nevada where they're going to toss out the ballots if you don't pick your 3 favorites, which is just voter suppression. So if you just pick Bernie in Nevada, they're going to throw out your ballot. You have to pick 3, your top 3 choices. Which is ideally what it should be anyway, something along those lines, runoff. Australia kind of had sort of that system. New Zealand as well, where you have to pick your favorites, 1, 2, or 3. We should do that anyway, but they're going to just throw them away. So if you're in Nevada, be careful, because we want Bernie to win. Young people support Bernie, which is funny to me because, you know, these chicks are walking around with dudes with more money than me in my EBT card. And we know that older men are more mature. But, you know, whatever. Everywhere I look is a hypocrite or a liar. I look in the mirror, I see it in myself. I'm a communist in the truest sense of the word. And here I am eating Haagen-Dazs. We're all hypocrites. But some hypocrisy hurts some more than others. If you're a Christian, read Galatians 6:2, which basically says if one struggles, we all struggle. If you're with me, why are you disrespecting me? Are you gonna keep disrespecting me? What we need is like one company to do everything. That's cool outside. Again, if an atheist says God, it's serious. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's been cooler. But it's chilly. What we need is one company that does all the products, all the services for everything. It's led by an 11-member board. Everybody has the same power on this board. They serve for a year. Everybody makes the same amount of money. And everybody that works for this one company. Everybody gets a stipend if they don't work. But, of course, if you do work, you get double your stipend. So there's no billionaires. It wouldn't be profit. It would be about sustaining the general welfare of people. And keeping us in sync like every other animal species with the rest of the environment, instead of being a human species as we are now, which is more in common with cancer than a virus. The human being species right now has more in common with a cancer than a virus, because you see, a virus will devour its host and jump to another host. Newsflash, Earth is the only host. If we colonize Mars, that's a different story, but have we done that yet? No. So we're more like a cancer right now, like leukemia or Hodgkin's lymphoma. Human beings are acting as though they are a cancer, and we need to stop this. We need to work to be in sync with the rest of the environment. We need to all come together as one, and we need to work on the bullshit. Ever since I've been a little boy, I have stood up for the underdog and everything I have said and done. But are you there still disrespecting me?